Morning, YouTubers. As you can tell, I'm sitting not at home at the moment. I'm actually on holiday up in Scotland. Just going out for my early morning walk. It's a bit of fresh air before we start the day with the family. Just wanted to touch on a couple of things that has been in the news for 3D printing recently. First thing is, Creality have done for their 1111 or 1111, I suppose it is, their holiday deal. They've done a special sort of small upgrade kit for the CR10 at an absolute bargain price of 99 cents. Basically, from what I can see, this comprises the adaptation for the hot, not the hot end, but the heated bed. It's the strain relief bracket that was designed by somebody on Thingiverse, who a few weeks ago, well actually a month or so ago, they did actually reach out to the guy who designed it because they wanted to thank him for improving on their design. So there is a version of that in this kit. There is also a new version of the guide for feeding the excuse me, it is cold this morning, for feeding the filament into the Bowden tube, where that little plastic the plastic part was that people were found that the filament was rubbing against it and enlarging the hole. They've done a new version of that seems to have something like a brass insert or something along those lines, so it doesn't actually affect that anymore. It makes that a lot better, stops it from, like I say, wearing away the plastic of that part. And they've also announced that they're putting some new gears in as well for that part of the motor. Quite what they are, I'm not sure. I didn't really take a great deal of notice. The other thing that came up this week that everybody's talking about on Twitter was TiVo and their payment, some people are calling it, to developers, not developers, sorry, to YouTube content providers who do reviews on TiVo machines. There was talk of these content producers selling out, giving this, being given money as well as being given the printers. There was one instance of a guy being sent a printer out for review, which had got stuck in customs in his country. He'd shouted out on Twitter saying, this is not the way to get me to review something. He hadn't asked for the printer to be sent. The printer was sent to him completely without his knowledge, got stuck at customs, and then he was expected to foot the bill to get this printer out of customs that he didn't even ask for. Literally 24 hours, I would say, after he'd put this post on Twitter, TiVo sent him a tip. I put that in inverted commas, $1,000, I believe it was, or €1,000 tip. Now, you may construe this as that money was there as a bribe for a good review. I'm sure that's not what it would have been used for. As it was, he actually returned the money straight away, didn't accept it, and returned it through PayPal. Other people said, well, maybe it was there just to get the printer through customs for him and pay whatever needed to be paid so he could actually get the printer on his desk so he could do his review of it. Lots of people have lots of different takes on the story and on TiVo and what they thought about it. Personally, I don't mind people who do reviews of printers basically getting paid to do it. as long as they're honest in their reviews, and that the people I follow, Joel and Joe and people like that, Makers Muse, that sort of person, I totally trust that the reviews that they give me are honest reviews, because if they weren't honest reviews, you know, you would see the backlash in the comments. If they were saying things were brilliant and they turned out not to be brilliant, you know, we'd soon cotton on. And I believe those guys are in it for the good of the community. So I really don't think that they're going to do something that's going to, you know, maybe affect their subscribers and viewing figures in the future just for the sake of making a bit of money. But I see how much time and effort goes into the videos they make, and yes, they get the machine sent for nothing to review, and you know, that's great and that's marvellous. But at the end of the day, guys, I mean, how many machines can you actually use and have? You know, the fact that they maybe get sent for maybe 5 machines a year, you can only use so many. I know Joe Telling is in a habit of giving his printers away to schools and clubs and things like that in his local area. He certainly doesn't sell them for profit. I don't think anybody does. Maybe some of them are given away on the channels, but you know, that's a good thing. That's you know, bringing 3D printing to other people. And like I say, I don't have an issue with it. If people put the hours in, and trust me, it does take hours, even for the dodgy videos I put out. You know, the mess and the crap that I put out there for you guys to look at, it still takes an awful lot of time. I know it may not look like it, but believe you me, it does. And as time goes on, I mean, I've spent a few quid on bits and pieces. Not that I'm using any of them at the moment, but I've bought a couple of small lights to help with stuff like that. So you know, the videos I produce are, you know, clearer for you. I've bought a new mic, which of course I'm not using this morning, but I've bought a new mic which helps with the audio, so it's clearer and crisper, and you can hear my mistakes more easily. But yeah, you know, there's no way this thing is free to do, not under any circumstances. And I think maybe a bit of reimbursement for the hours that you put in isn't a bad thing. That's about all I've got to say at the moment. Still waiting for my Prusa i3 Mark III to ship. There's talk now of second half of this month they're going to start going out. Because mine is a kit, I believe that the kit form will ship a couple of weeks earlier, just because it is a kit and it doesn't go through, it goes through a testing process. All the parts are tested, but it's not then rebuilt and calibrated. It's, you know, the parts are packed and sent off to me to put together. So hopefully, yeah, I get to hear something by the end of the month as to what's going on. I know on their website now they're saying that any orders that they take for them from now are going to be January into February at the earliest before they ship. So you know, people could be looking at maybe even March or April, once the first few machines, like I've said in some posts on the Prusa forums, we'll know when they're coming, because our YouTubers that we all follow, Joe and Joel and people like that, are going to get these machines before us. So minute we start seeing them talking about them arriving, or saying that, you know, the review is imminent or the build is imminent, we know that they're starting to ship, because they'll be the first ones to get them, I guarantee you with that. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed before Christmas, and as soon as it gets and I get time, that build video I promised you will be going out there. But we'll just have to wait and see as to when it comes. And of course, I can only build it once I finish work. I have a full-time job, which keeps me outside all day from sort of 7 in the morning till sort of 6-7 o'clock at night. So I'm fairly restricted on when I can do stuff. And of course, also family comes first. My missus and the daughter, you know, I can't spend all my free time talking to you guys. as much as I know you'd like it. But anyways, just a little update from me. I'm sorry if the video isn't particularly nice to look at, but it's a really fresh morning up here in Scotland. Just outside Ayr we are staying, because of our business and the thing that we do on a day-to-day basis. When we holiday, we like to go somewhere where there is nobody. We like to go get ourselves away from it all, just spend time together as a family, and just relax, because we do spend a lot of our working time looking after other people. So now is our time and our space. So I'll speak to you again, maybe chuck another video out before the end of the week, depending on what the internet connection is like. The place we're staying is appalling. We're getting 1.6 down and about 0.8 up. So I will be uploading this using my mobile data, because there's just no other way of getting it out there where we are. Anyway, catch you all later. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for the subscriptions. I'm nearly up to 60 now, which is amazing. Really pleased with that. Like, subscribe if you want to, and stick a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see. If you'd just like me to shut up, you know, that's great. Just let me know. And I'll do my best to please as many of you as I can. But you know, can't please everyone all of the time, can you? Anyway, take care. We'll see you later. Bye bye.